Hey Capricorn, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your March 2024 love reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right. So it looks like you are moving forward in some sort of matter of the heart. Okay. There could be a decision that you are making. Some of you may have felt like you were at a crossroads and it took a lot of strength, endurance, stamina to get through. But I see here partnerships and collaborations coming in for you in the month of March. So this does look pretty significant. Now, bottom of the deck here, you do have big changes, which is interesting. Oh, you have two outcomes. Bottom of the deck, you have big changes, and you also have the Tower showing up in your environment. So I feel like these are changes for the better because healing has taken place here. Some of you, it could be a big wow factor is what I'm getting here. I see that you've done a lot of work, a lot of reflection. Some of you had to do some deep shadow work, or you had gone through an experience possibly of wounding, narcissism, maybe addiction, codependency. I see that there's something here. Even though we don't see the devil, I feel like there is something that you struggled with because in the deep past, you actually have the Five of Swords. So that can be a struggle. Now, starting off here, look at that. You have the berries. So there's a sweet surprise coming in from all your hard work here, Capricorn. I also see some of you could be traveling in the month of March. Maybe that's part of the sweet surprise. Someone could be traveling to be near you. You could be traveling to meet someone else. You have the wheel. And this is about forward movement in matters of the heart. And I feel like there could be a sweet or kind gesture that is made. This could also be taking a relationship possibly to the next level. For those of you looking for love, I certainly see that it is showing up in your energy, even though it is crossing you. So it's showing up as the resistance. You raising your vibration with the Ace of Cups here is actually going to bring in the Two of Cups. And we see that coming in above you here. Now, you also have the water jug, which is all about fertility, creativity. This can be that Ace of Cups energy with the water, right? So I feel like this is a really wonderful month to focus on your self-love. What are you wanting to be more creative on when it comes to matters of the heart, possibly joining a hobby or going on a new date here. I also see if you're looking to maybe start a family or add or expand, fertility could be a big energy for you this month. So if that's what you're seeking, then this could be a wonderful month to try to start expanding in some way, shape, or form. But I see that with the water jug, this can also be you trying new ways to put yourself out there, put your heart on the line, or you meeting people through creative endeavors. And if you are in a relationship, I see that spicing it up and being creative, maybe again, stepping outside your comfort zone or joining a hobby, combining a hobby together with your partner or taking a trip or, doing something that excites you both, because I feel like maybe it's been a little bit routine or there's been too much stress around finances or around money, or possibly some of you haven't been able to afford going out there and maybe going on dates or meeting new people or trying new things because you have been working on yourself or your career or your money. Now, bottom of the deck here, you have the butterfly. So Capricorn, this is big changes coming in here for you. This is like the death energy. So a lot of you have been going through a transformation, and not just the death, it's actually Tower. Okay, Tower, because we see that showing up here. But instead of a painful transition, I feel like you have the strength here with the Seven of Wands and literally the strength showing up in your recent past. Whatever changes that have occurred in the past, I feel like they've set you up and prepared you for some sort of portal or opening when it comes to partnerships here in the future. Now, yeah, you've had to go through a little bit of a shift that almost felt stuck. We have the leaves card showing up, which is about gradual shifts. And remember, this is subconscious. So it's what's going on below the surface. It could be what you're working on manifesting and what you don't quite see coming yet. So you feel the change. I see that here. It's been a gradual shift for you. And you may even have noticed around maybe fall time or autumn time that something within you had really started to kind of wake up when it comes to matters of the heart. And I feel March is offering you that freedom. Look at the horse card there. Freedom to move. That's the tower. That's the big change. So wherever you've been stuck, right? Wherever you've been stuck in matters of the heart, stuck in some sort of healing process, stuck in some bitterness or anger towards a family member, or if you felt like you were actually stuck in a relationship here because of security reasons or financial reasons, I feel like there's big changes for you, Capricorn, this month, and you're going to free yourself from whatever that chaos was. All right, diving into the tarot, you do start off with the King of Coins. It's in the reverse position here, which is about rebuilding your sense of security, whether that is wealth, okay? It could even be health. So some of you, mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, it's about rebuilding after some sort of challenge or struggle. Some of you could have even been in a partnership where you lost a job, or perhaps love wasn't on the forefront because you were struggling financially, or perhaps you had met someone at work as well with the King of Coins. I also see here that some of you could have been with someone who was very materialistic or money hungry or focused on status, right? High ego. And whether this is you or someone that you are dealing with, I just feel at some point your security was threatened, and maybe that's why you felt stuck or you felt like things needed to change. But showing up here, crossing your path, is the Ace of Cups. This is a lot of self-care. It is emotional introspection, really taking a look at how you feel about a situation. It's taking a look at the relationship you have with yourself, or how you perceive relationships, how you open yourself up to new beginnings. But the Ace of Cups is all about a gift of love, right? It's overflowing emotions. It is about having those relationships based in grace and inspiration, and being able to open yourself up and have enough to give because you've given to yourself first. And I see that that's what you've been working on, is taking care of you, taking care of your stability. And even if there has been some struggles or some tensions between you and another person, I do see some sort of freedom, vacation, travel, or something that kind of puts the both of you back on track, or it brings in an opportune moment for you to meet someone new. Now, what's below you, Capricorn? Okay, thank you, Spirit. I'm hearing the name Kirsten. Kirsten, that could be your name, or it could be someone that you're dealing with. Kirsten, but of course, take it as it resonates. Five of Swords, some sort of conflict, butting heads, right? It's almost like when you get into this energy, it's a lose-lose. When both people show up and their defenses are up, it's a situation that's not going to go anywhere. If anything, it's going to spiral. And the both of you are going to butt heads if this is someone else. Five of Swords can be a ruthless win, right? Always trying to one-up each other, pointing fingers, causing, the other person to be triggered or react. But the only thing that we can control is how we react and respond to a situation. But I feel like it was really difficult for you in the deep past to let something slide or not get in your energy, okay? And that's what had kind of caused a little bit of this weakened security. Some of you may have dealt with someone, again, very either dominant, even narcissistic or manipulative, or just someone who is constantly in that fight or flight energy. And I feel like you've had to gain some sort of strength. I don't want to say let it slide like that's what you should do, but maybe you were trying to keep the peace in some way, shape, or form. You didn't want to stir the pot. You didn't know how to kind of come out of this. This can also be choosing your battles. When to fight for something because it's worth it, when to walk away, right? But Five of Swords is a heavy energy of guilt, right? It can be guilt. It can be coercing someone. It can be deceit. I mean, it's not pretty. It's not fun. We don't ever want to be in a relationship like that, but sometimes we're here to learn about ourselves. We're here to learn lessons. And I feel like you learned a lot from this, and you've grown to appreciate your own strengths. And the strength card has been showing up for a lot of signs for the love readings, as well as the career ones in the month of March, because this is about unquestioned confidence. It's about not asking yourself per se if you got what it takes, because you do. It's about saying, what can I do to build up my confidence or rebuild my confidence? And I feel like that's where you're at now. Okay. You're at the point where you want to feel empowered. You want to feel like you are able to get through anything, because you kind of did here in the past. And when the strength card shows up, I feel like August could have been significant for you, possibly even a Leo you were dealing with. Maybe even an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is about you at times wanting to even run away from a situation. I mean, we've all been there, but this can be about self-discipline and taking a look at maybe sabotaging behaviors by you or others. But it's about you reaching in and gaining that inner strength through lessons, through experiences. So I like the strength on your side here. Now, because you've done some sort of introspection, because you've been working on your sense of stability, you're going to be rewarded with a sweet surprise. And that sweet surprise showing up here is the Two of Cups. It's partnership, soulmate energy, it's attraction, it's love, romance, right? It is all about you being able to open yourself up and feel like you are committed to each other if this is someone else. And if you are looking for love, you have the Ace of Cups here. So taking a look at, again, any sort of self-sabotaging behaviors and shadows that you have, shedding light to them, which you've already done here, so you don't repeat the same dynamics or repeat the same argument, right? Or repeat the same triggers. There is an energy here of coming together because you've learned some very valuable lessons. All right, in the near future, Capricorn, you've done the work, you've done the healing, you can rest now, you can enjoy yourself, whether that is, again, maybe going on a retreat or traveling with a loved one, or just feeling like you've done the work and now you can reap the rewards of your surprise here, and you can finally move forward in matters of the heart. There could be forgiveness here after an argument. There could be an apology even. I see here that you've earned this rest. Absolutely. You've earned some sort of rest, and you can see that this guy is kicked back, leaning against that tree. The sun is shining. I mean, what better energy to just feel grounded and feel safe and feel secure and feel that warmth on his face there. And I feel like you have a greater sense of awareness. You have an understanding. And I feel like your mental health is feeling more balanced this month as well, because 4 is an energy of balance. It's an energy of stability, and swords is mental. So something that had been weighing on you mentally, right? And we see with the 5 of swords, right? That's in the past. That's what you're overcoming here. So this is really quite wonderful. How are you doing? What's in your energy? Some of you may have struggled with control or perfectionism, 8 of coins, but the good news is you are self-mastering here some of your own weaknesses. You may be even looking at part of the common denominator of a situation was you, right? Because it takes 2. And even though maybe a person was the catalyst, or perhaps they were the one that initiated, or maybe they had 99 problems and you just had the one, right? It takes 2, and I feel like you're realizing the role that you played, even if this person had the majority of some of the struggles or challenges or conflicts, but you were part of it because you were here to learn a very valuable lesson about yourself. And you're in this union, or you're attracting or calling in a new one based on some new experiences that you've learned. So again, taking something to the next level. When the 8 of coins shows up, there is an energy here of you pushing yourself or driving yourself, working on a dynamic within yourself, working on a relationship here in order to bring solace, bring peace, bring more balance. Okay, so I like the 8 of Coins. It means that you're not afraid of a little hard work, Capricorn, and I know you're not, right? This is also 8 energy, which represents that infinity symbol. So I feel like you are open to infinite opportunities to grow, to heal, to self-evolve, to become aware, and to just work on any struggles or problems that arise here. Not that we want to constantly be in that dynamic of work, 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 but I feel like you've put you're putting something to rest, which is good because now you can enjoy the fruits of your labor, hence the berries, right? Now you're able to enjoy some sort of sweet surprise or a little bit of relief from mental conflict, physical, emotional, spiritual. And I see here that that's actually going to be the catalyst for some very big change with the Tower. Now, the Tower doesn't have to be negative. Okay. I mean, yes, it's something that can be unexpected, right? An unexpected pregnancy or, the love of your life walking in. It can be a divorce. It can be a breakup. It can be, anything that changes our environment quickly. And a lot of times, yes, it can shake us up and it can bring about a lot of fear, but the fear typically comes from change because one of the biggest things we as souls having this human experience fear is change. So when things start to change, we immediately think, oh boy, we got to prepare ourselves. We don't know. It's the unknown, right? The unknown is what we fear. But in this instance, I feel like this Tower is actually a needed transition. And hence it's saying painful. I feel like you've already gone through the worst of something. Now you're actually setting yourself free. That's why you have the Horse here. There's a sense of freedom with this. And sometimes the Tower is a shattering of an old belief system. It is a major awakening here. I feel like this is a change that you already know intuitively what's coming. Even though this can be unexpected, I feel And this could happen quite quickly in the month of March, where you've known about this, but because you've had that gradual shift in your energy, it's almost like you've been preparing, you've been planning, you've kind of been in a little bit of fight or flight at times, or you've been waiting for something to kind of the shoe to drop. And I feel like this is an opportune month to create freedom, to create change, and to move forward towards some sort of partnership that is going to be in your highest good. Okay. All right. What do we have here in your hopes and fears? 7 of Wands. 7 of Wands is to protect what's yours, right? It's going all in life and going all in a relationship. It is about you not feeling like you or the other person is, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. It's also about not letting the pressure from maybe external influences. Like I said, if this is a dynamic where you're with someone could have struggled with job loss, job change, or maybe a distance. Someone could have been at a distance and they were really letting fears get the best of them and it could have interfered with a relationship. For others of you, this is about not walking on eggshells, right? Not letting yourself constantly be in that defense, fight or flight, right? We don't want to be that. If it's not good, it's not healthy, it's not good for our body. We want to feel more relaxed when we're with, a partner. We want to feel like we have what it takes. It's us against the world, not me against you. And I feel with the 7 of Wands in the past, it's almost like you wanted to give up here or you lost some sort of courage. Maybe you thought I'm going to be single forever, or maybe you were fighting for a relationship, but it felt like an endless cycle. Whatever is meant for you here, you're not going to give up on. Okay, whatever this is, because it's going to be different for each of you. The 7 of Wands, though, is coming up with solutions to not constantly put your guard up and feel like you're being attacked. Okay, but it's also about integrity. It's about humility and staying humble and also setting healthy boundaries. Okay, boundaries is important here. And the hope is that you're able to do all that without losing yourself in the process. And the fear is, what if I just, find myself in that defensive mode and we go back to the same dynamic of 5 of Swords, fighting? Because look at that armor. It's like we both have some sort of armor up. How can we push through that energy? How can we take off the armor? How can we get along? How can we collaborate? Why does it have to be one-upping each other or a constant battle? You're creating, there's something here that's bringing in peace. Your final outcome energy, Six of Swords, Queen of Wands. Oh, I love this. Five of Swords here in your foundation, Six of Swords. You're moving on. You are getting yourself out of a situation that has disempowered you or has felt very challenging. It's needed change. And this is what, the third or fourth card that literally says change. So something big is happening here for you. And I feel like it's going to hit you right in the solar plexus and bring a sense of confidence that maybe you even forgot you had. Okay, Queen of Wands energy. Even though these, I feel like a little bit shaky coming into the outcome, as in, I don't want to turn back around. Do I have the confidence to move forward and go through some sort of change and follow through and stay in my integrity? So there is a little bit of shakiness when it comes to that. But the Ace of Cups here showing up as your challenge says you are more ready than you think. If you want this partnership, which is the potential, which is coming in, if you want something that is more balanced, if you want something that feels more of a partnership instead of a war, then you need to embrace this change, okay? Or switch up the environment. Someone could be moving in, moving out, traveling to see you, traveling to see them. Maybe you are, building up your confidence here to take action. When the Queen of Wands, when she's showing up in her power, look at that. There's that portal that we were connecting with earlier. There's some sort of portal or new beginning that you are able to step through at this time instead of just yearning for change. Here is the change. So I definitely get with both of these outcome cards. Six is about harmony. It's about problem solving. It's about taking responsibility. And sometimes when the Queen of Wands, when she's in her lower vibration, she can be insecure. She can even be a little bit vengeful. She can come on very strong, right? With that Seven of Wands. So some of you may be looked at in a different way. You may be looked at in a way of, wow, they really have the strength to follow through. But someone may not have believed you because they knew where to kind of trigger you in the Five of Swords. They knew that they could constantly get you back into this dynamic, pull you back in. That's going to only resonate for some of you. But the Six of Swords here is saying you're done with that. That's immature. That's just not the type of union. That's not the type of fight that you want. That's just not where you want to be, moving on, moving forward. So you're embracing your confidence here. You're taking action and you're moving forward in a big way. And that's why the Tower is coming in here for you. All right, Capricorn, let's get a message here from the wisdom of the Oracle. Loyal heart. Wow. Yeah. Stay true to your heart. I definitely get a couple of different stories here. So like I said, if you are in a relationship, you are moving on to calmer waters, whatever that may look like for you. Okay. Whether it's, connecting with someone to help you. If this relationship is worth fighting for, then there needs to be some sort of change. There needs to be action, not just talk, not just fighting. Right? And if this is a relationship where you are done, ready to move on, move out, kick someone out, divorce, whatever this is, then make that change, make that choice. For those of you that are single, I feel like you are going to receive a Tower moment, and a lot of you may not be single for long, whether it is, I feel a new person with the Ace of Cups, but I feel like you could be tempted to revisit something of the past. And I said something. It doesn't mean someone, maybe for some of you, but it could be tempted to revisit maybe an old trigger, an old wound, but you're going to realize, wow, I feel okay with this. I feel like I have learned a very valuable lesson around self-love. I've learned a very valuable lesson of the type of person I am, the type of relationship I want to be in. Now 35 showing up here. It's 8 energy as well. And we have the Strength card. So you've worked hard. You've worked hard for this. And I see that you're going to be heavily rewarded with a sweet surprise. All right. Loyal heart is all about fidelity. It's about loyalty and devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they're faithful to you, and you will in turn commit to them fully. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected and divinely directed. There's that Six of Swords. You're being divinely directed towards more stability. And that's what we see with the King of Coins here. Some sort of stability that may have been severed or broken in the past is being rebuilt. Your partnerships, friendships, and romantic relationships all have many qualities in common. Honest devotion, faithfulness, and a loyal heart are being shown to you. Are you as loyal in return? Now is the time for heartfelt commitments and trusting in divine protection. Okay, so this could be getting honest with oneself, right? It can be stepping into this new frequency. That could be the change where there's honest, heartfelt conversations that lead you to the next level here, because maybe there was some sort of deception here in the deep past. It says, are you stubborn or overly tenacious about an idea, or have you become so attached to something or someone that you just don't know how to let it go? Could it be that it's become so much a part of you that you wouldn't know who you are without it? Now is the time to look at outdated beliefs, old ideas, and misplaced loyalties. Betrayal is only a signal that it is time to prune away all who don't deserve your trust and have no place in your life. Be new, think new, and open your heart to new things. Let go of the old and all your attachments. Spirit has awesome plans for you. Make some room. And I feel like that's going to resonate with a lot of you. Whatever broken trust or disloyalty, you're either letting go of the fight, you're letting go of the old story that keeps repeating itself, that's sabotaging a relationship, or some of you are physically, right, with the Six of Swords, and mentally, physically, mentally moving towards a higher level of commitment here. Two of Cups. This is like the Two of Cups here. So I love this energy for you, even though it hasn't been always the easiest path, Capricorn, but we're not here to do necessarily easy. Will there be ease coming in? Absolutely. But it's been a little bit of a challenge to get to this point. But you have this well-deserved win coming in. All right, let's get a few messages here from the crystal spirits. And at this time, Capricorn, I just ask if you can, please close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in from your solar plexus chakra, the belly area. And upon your exhale, please tune into your third eye chakra, the area between your eyebrows and your forehead region. And I want you to imagine the first crystal or gemstones that show up in your mind's eye. Perhaps your crystal is showing up as a specific shape, form, color, or vibrational frequency. Maybe it's emitting an energy of unconditional love, protection, strength, or grounding. This could be a gemstone that you're familiar with and maybe even know the name of. Or it could just be representing itself as a beautiful color. Maybe it's a gemstone that you're currently wearing. Maybe it's within your grasp or within your vision. There is no right or wrong answer, Capricorn. And if you need a moment, just pause the video and come back when you are ready. And for those of you that would like to be entered into the free monthly reading giveaway, all you need to do is drop your crystal or gemstones in the comment section below, and I personally will enter you into that free reading giveaway. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and bell button so you don't miss that notification. All right, you have two crystals. I'm loving them here. You have Moonstone and you also have Bixbite. Very powerful energies with both of these. Moonstone is actually one of my personal favorites. Hence both of my rings being Moonstone here. Some of you could be 37 or you are born on the 9th, maybe a life path 9, or a 9 personal year, which would make sense for those of you in a 9 personal year, because there's expansion, there's growth, endings bringing in new beginnings. Moonstone is all about intuition. It's about insight and inner wisdom. And when it comes to relationships, the message here for you, Capricorn, is this. What is your intuition telling you about another person? Have you been dismissing it because you feel you can't justify this inner conviction? Moonstone Spirit is here to let you know that you aren't crazy. You are picking up on information that can't be perceived by the 5 senses, and you're meant to listen to it. Now is the time to hone your intuition through meditation, which awakens the ability to receive messages from the universe. Your relationships will all benefit from your willingness to be honest with yourself and to listen to your intuition, your first and primary sense, right? This is our knowing, right? Meditating with Moonstone can help us connect to our knowing, our intuition, by reconnecting us to the moon, the tides, the mystery of the divine feminine. It's like the high priestess, right? It brings us back to our intuition and draws our attention to the cycles of life, from maiden to mother to crone. Moonstone is a wonderful stone for use during pregnancy. So because you have creativity and fertility, if some of you are looking to, maybe conceive, or you're just looking to birth something new, birth a new relationship, birth some new ideas, that could be a really wonderful stone to really help you connect, right? Maybe burn is significant here for you, right? Maybe burning sage, right? Burning some Palo Santo. Maybe some of you are burning a candle. Perhaps it's writing a letter and burning it. Maybe a burning ceremony here. Please take that as it resonates. And then lastly, we have Big Spite. This is all about drive. It's about courage. And it does remind me of that fiery element that we see showing up here with the Queen of Wands, with the 7 of Wands here. So a little bit of fire. This is about full speed ahead and spirited action, which is Wands. And the relationship message is this. Let go of anything that might impede you as you act on that inner conviction to bring love into your life by nourishing your relationships. There is time enough for to-do lists. Today is a day for connecting and reconnecting with those you care about. There's that 4 of Swords. The universe is in love overdrive right now and wants you to stop focusing so much on the everyday tasks that you start to wear yourself down. Prioritize relationships, for they have the power to help you heal and to recognize that you have all you need right now to experience contentment and fulfillment. I like this. Now, Big Spite is a form of red beryl, okay? And due to its rarity, there's only small specimens that are found. Now, however, a little tiny piece of this, kind of like moldavite, a very small piece of this Big Spite can pack a big punch. It's an excellent stone to help you increase your self-esteem, right? Strength energy, so it can help you increase your confidence, which we see as the outcome as well with that Queen of Wands. It can also simultaneously give us the courage and energy to take action on our own behalf. So Strength card with the Queen of Wands. If you want that combination and you need a little extra boost, work with Big Spite Spirit. All right. Now, last but not least, let's get a message from your soul. What does your soul want you to know at this time in matters of the heart? And what action steps can you take to fully embrace this loyal heart? What action steps can you take? What is your... Oh, wow. Look at that. Spirit said, stop. What can I burn? That's not a coincidence. What can you burn? We just talked about a couple things, but that's where we're gonna end this today, right? Burn it, Capricorn. Burn it all. The ugly lies, the pain, the shame, the criticism, the images that run through your head, the reminders of what you did wrong, what they did wrong, the proof that you're not enough. Burn, baby, burn. Your soul is calling. It's time for a rebirth. You are like the phoenix rising from the ashes, no longer attached to the past. You are free. Your wings are ready. Use them. Today's soul action. Make the choice that you will no longer let the past define you. Pick up your pen. What will your next chapter look like? Whew, you can't make that up, right? You cannot make that up. So yeah, of course, there can be some burning ceremonies, rituals, and part of that can be writing things down, right? If there are energies or thoughts, right, especially with that 5 of Swords, Capricorn, if there are thoughts that are ugly, right? And so many times we think, I shouldn't think that, that's ugly, that's bad, that's negative. Thoughts and emotions and feelings, all of it, it's part of the human experience, but we don't have to let it overpower us. And that's part of some of these rituals that we talk about. So maybe writing down some of the pain, right? Journaling it, writing down the shame, the criticism, or any images that do feel ugly, right? You can write it down and then burn it, right? Burn it, especially around maybe a full moon. That can be a really powerful time for endings and release, but it doesn't have to just be on a full moon, but we do have that moonstone. So some of you may really benefit working with the moon cycles and the moon energy, but this is a time for you to be reborn. And that's kind of the energy I get from your whole reading here is the Tower is bringing in freedom to move. And perhaps this all has to do with something that's been holding you back mentally, whether it is criticism, shame or pain. And maybe that's been part of some sort of self-sabotage that was part of your awakening in order to free yourself and move towards a partnership that is loyal and a partnership that is based in truth and integrity. Wow, I love this for you. Capricorn, if you like this reading, please hit that thumbs up button. Feel free to share, like, hit that subscribe and notification bell. And don't forget to drop your crystals or gemstones in the comment section below the video. And thank you so very much for your love, your support, your likes, your shares, for everything. Lots of love to you, Capricorn.